Through idolatry, immorality, perversion, fornication came into the world. And so think of idolatry as the mother. And she gave birth to a daughter known as fornication. And what this daughter does is she goes out into the world, and everyone who will embrace her, she embraces. And do you know what she does? She brings them back to her mother. Balak calls Balaam this sorcerer. He's a witch, he's a warlock. He practices witchcraft, and he has great power. Because whoever he blesses is blessed, and whoever he curses is cursed. Balak calls him because Israel is coming into his land, and he wants them to be destroyed. Balaam has the power to do it. Balaam gets there and says, guess what? I can't do it. How can I curse that which God has blessed? They're untouchable. He couldn't get at Israel through witchcraft. But this is what is horrifying. There was another way he got to Israel. Balaam ends up counseling the women of Moab to go out and seduce Israel. So they go out and do this. And how did that play out? Well, in Numbers chapter 25, verse 1, this is what we read. Now Israel remained in Acacia Grove, and the people began to commit harlotry with the women of Moab. One thing we know for certain, they got Israel's hearts. So these women come out, they join themselves to them. And what is the very next thing you read? The very next thing we read is this, verse 2. They invited the people to the sacrifices of their gods, and the people ate and bowed down to their gods. This is what happens. The first thing you read, remember what I was saying. Idolatry is the mother. She gave birth to fornication. Fornication goes out. This daughter goes out and collects everyone who will embrace her. And what does she do? She brings them all back to her mother. Could you imagine if the Moabites had come out and invited Israel? Hey, why don't you guys come and sacrifice to our gods? Enjoy the feast with us. Sit down, we'll feed you. Just, bend down and worship and do that. That would have never happened. But when you add the element of the women coming in to win the hearts over of these men, that's when Satan got access to bring them into a place of idolatry. If it's one thing I've ever learned in the study of the word for all these decades, is that the devil is a brilliant military strategist. He's a brilliant tactician in the art of war. And you know what? He is constantly scheming on how do you bring you to this very place. God already had warned. He had warned his people that when you come into the land, don't you dare take the wives or pagan wives to be yours. The Perizzites, Hittites, Hivites, Girgashites, we could go on, Jebusites. Don't touch them. Don't touch them. And then the beauty of it is we're told this in Deuteronomy 7, he gives us the reason why. And the reason why is this: for they will turn your sons away from following me to serve other gods. That is the problem. He warned them, this is what's going to happen. They have special access to your heart. They're going to take you out. And where are they going to go? Where's this fornication? Where's this going to lead? Idolatry. You will serve other gods. You will compromise your faith in me. This is where it's going. So the anger of the Lord will be aroused against you and destroy you suddenly. What does the devil want? He wants to destroy you. This is how to get it done. This is it. So you think about this. Solomon was warned, hey, don't do this. Don't take pagan wives because you know what? They'll turn your heart away. And then what do we read in 1 Kings 11? This is what we read. For it was so when Solomon was old that his wives turned his heart after other gods. Read this carefully, though. It wasn't when he was young. It was when he was old. Now, this is where you really need to pay attention to the details. This is after years of being with his wives. This is after years of interacting and really caring for them and truly loving them. You go back to the beginning of chapter 11, in the very first verse, do you know what it says? It doesn't just simply say, and Solomon took pagan wives. That's not what it says. It says that he loved Ahav. Ahav he loved many foreign women. He loved them. Do you know the first time that term's used is of Abraham's love for Isaac? The second time that's used is Isaac's love for Rebekah. Solomon loved them. He truly cared for them. And this is where the devil is ruthless. So let's just put this into context. You want to talk about an anointing, righteous man that is close, and the God is close to him. And he takes all this wife, and then later in his years, in his old age, Satan was patient. He was patient. It boggles the mind how crafty our adversary is. Absolutely vile. We move on to the rest of 4. And his heart was not loyal to the Lord his God, as was the heart of his father David. This is important. Idolatry is a matter of the heart. The devil is patient, and he is twisted, and he is evil, and he will use those that are closest to you, the ones that you have let into your heart. Do you see how this works and where it is he wants to bring you? To the land of idolatry.
Hey there, this is Mike at Corner Fringe Ministries, and I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch our video. We hope that it blessed you and it encouraged you. And if it did, please hit the thumbs up on the video and share it with your friends and family. It's also, if you haven't already considered, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now, if you'd like to watch the entire video, click on this link. And if you'd like to watch the entire series and learn more about what we do and believe here at Corner Fringe Ministries, click on this link. Once again, I'd like to thank you for watching the video, and we hope to see you again soon. Shalom.